Dr. Emoto has conducted another interesting experiment. He placed rice into 3 glass beakers and covered it with water. And then every day for a month, he said, "Thank you" to one beaker, "You're an idiot" to the second, and the third one he completely ignored. After 1 month, the rice that had been thanked began to ferment, giving off a strong, pleasant aroma. The rice in the second beaker turned black, and the rice that was ignored began to rot. Dr. Emoto thinks that this experiment provides an important lesson, especially with regard to how we treat children. We should take care of them, give them attention, and converse with them. Indifference does the greatest harm.
Is day 76 of the rice experiment, and we'll have a look at how the rice is doing. Okay, here is the rice I speak positively to every day, and there is no green mold whatsoever, just a little bit of white, but that's it. It looks all right. Not too bad. Okay, now for the rice I speak to negatively. It's just awful. Whole lot of green mold. It's gotten even darker. And green mold there. So there we go. So speak to negatively every day. And the ignored rice has gotten a whole lot worse. Now there's a whole lot more. And it's got, look at the, it's like brown and orange and white. A whole lot of mold. It's gotten like really brown. Horrible color. Anyways, so that's the rice I ignore. So find it really interesting after 76 days that the positive rice is still looking so good compared to these two. I mean, wow. So anyways, I'll keep you updated and probably go on with this for a bit longer. Keep you updated.
Today is March 27th, 2008, so because this year was a leap year, it's exactly 30 days from the day that we started our experiment. I think it's an hour ahead, but really not a huge deal. We did plan on videotaping every 5 days, but then we realized that that really wasn't necessary because the results would speak for themselves. Hence we have 30-day-old rice that says thank you on it. Perfectly white. It's not even yellow, I don't think. What do you think? It's white.
Looks good.
And then we have the yucky you fool rotted jar that makes me want to vomit looking at it. It's like stuck in there. Look at that. Oh, I'm so not cleaning that. Okay, that's disgusting. And these were done on the same exact day. And we just spoke to them at least once a day, and these are the results of the words that we spoke to them, thank you and you fool. And really it's amazing, and it's been a great experience doing this because anybody who's come into our home has wanted to know what this is and why it's doing this, and we've been able to explain. Nice floor shot there. Masaru, I can't say his name, I'm sorry, Masaru Emoto's experiment, and have become really interested, and other people are doing this experiment, and I hope that our efforts with this rice experiment has brought more knowledge and more people will be willing to try it and think about the words that they use in daily life, as simple as thank you and you fool, which nobody can really say thank you enough. So we're considering possibly trying this again with other words just to see the difference, and it's really disgusting. So thank you.
looking. This next series of photographs are the work of Japanese researcher Mr. Masaru Emoto from his book, The Message from Water. Mr. Emoto's work provides factual evidence that human vibrational energy, thoughts, words, ideas, and music affect the molecular structure of water. Please remember that water comprises over 70% of a mature human body and covers the same amount on our planet. Water is the very source of all life. This photo shows the beautifully formed geometric design of the Yushi Spring water. This next photo is from the Shimanto River, the last clean spring in Japan. Notice the extraordinary geometric forms. The fact that the molecular structure of water can be affected by our consciousness, our intent, and our sounds is extremely important. This photo is from the Mount Cook Glacier in New Zealand. Mr. Emoto has been visually decided to see how thoughts and words affected the formation of untreated distilled water crystals by typing words onto paper and then taping this paper onto glass bottles overnight. This photo shows the effects of the words, "Thank you." This next photo shows the effects of the words, "Love and appreciation." This photo shows the effects of the words, "You make me sick, I will kill you." And here we can compare the effects of "thank you" with the "you make me sick, I will kill you." Very, very different geometric forms being incurred through the intention. Now this photo is of a very polluted and toxic water from the Fujiwara Dam. Here now is the same water from the Fujiwara Dam after a Buddhist monk had offered a prayer over it. Prayer, that sound coupled with intention, seems to have an extraordinary ability of restoring water to its natural, harmonious, geometric symmetry. And in this photo we can compare the toxic water and then the effects of praying over the water. It's really quite impressive. These photographs that we have just seen show proof that not only does sound have the ability of affecting and changing physical structure, but that with regard to the molecular structure of water, that our intent with our sound is extremely important. This may have great implications for the future of both personal and planetary harmony and healing.
Now then, we often hear these days about the power of positive thinking. Usually this focuses on what it can do for the individual. But now a Russian scientist says it can also benefit the world around us. RT's Sarah Firth looks at the science behind the claims.
Can you directly influence the world around you with just the power of your mind? Although it might sound far-fetched, a leading Russian scientist believes we can do exactly that. And using a device that photographs human energy fields, he's attempting to prove it.
We are developing idea that our consciousness is an active part of our material world. And with our consciousness, we can directly influence our world.
To bridge our understanding of the unseen world of energy, scientific experiments are carried out using a technique called bioelectric photography. The assumption is that we're constantly emitting energy. Now, bioelectric photography works to capture this energy field that's seen as a light around the body, or what some people would call your aura. Discovered in the 1930s by Russian inventor Semyon Kirlian, he realized that stimulating a subject with a short electrical impulse, you get a burst of light, of photons and electrons around the subject.
It looks like aura, but I don't like this word because it has some metaphysical meaning. I prefer the word energy field.
The device itself photographs each finger individually, with different fingers responsible for different parts of the body, and feeds the information into a computer to interpret. One supposed benefit of this technique is early diagnosis of serious illnesses like heart disease and cancer, but some who work in the mainstream medical profession remain unconvinced.
From the point of view of today's medicine,
Directly influence our environment, our space. Of course, this idea is absolutely new. That's why it has a lot of criticism still. It has a very important message for all of us, because we demonstrated that positive emotions, they have very strong influence. But the same and even more strong influence has negative emotions. But in one case, energy comes up, in another case, comes down. So it means that if we are developing in ourselves ability to create love, to create positive emotions, we change space around ourselves.
The idea that our personal energy can change the structure of the world around us is viewed by many with deep skepticism. But in the sphere of bioelectrophotography, work continues to find scientific proof for the theory. Sarah